everyone, and welcome to my Grandma Gamers channel. I'm Mia, and this is my B&E series of breaking and entering into people's Final Fantasy XIV homes. So join me and be my accomplice, and let's go and scope out some of the neighborhoods in Final Fantasy XIV. Let's get ready and go! Hi everyone, Grandma Mia here for Grandma Gamers channel, and today's video is about housing updates that will take place in the next few weeks with patch 4.2. I'm going to read to you what it says on the thread from the forum on the Square-Enix site, and I will also leave that link down below so that you can also read it yourself. This is kind of confusing in ways. I interpreted it one way and somebody else I know interpreted it a completely different way. So I'm just going to read the thread to you, and you can take it upon yourself to either read it again or and then decide what you think. And they're going to also be adding more information later, so that might clear up some more questions. Okay, here it goes. Housing updates. Additional plots will be added. We will be adding 6 additional wards along with subdivisions to each housing area: Mist, Goblet, Lavender Beds, Shirogane. Plots will be added 1 week following the release of patch 4.2. Patch 4.2 is being released on January 30th, and a 1 week later would make it February 6th. Requirements for plot purchase. In order to allow free companies without housing to purchase a plot, we'll be applying the following conditions. Plots designated for free company use will be limited to purchases by free companies with at least 4 members. You are required to have 4 members to form a free company, so we have set it so that housing purchases also require 4 or more members. Individuals will be restricted from purchasing plots for personal use for a limited time. You'll still be able to relocate. We'll be observing the situation and remove this restriction later when new plots are added in the future. We'll apply the same measures. Players will be permitted to own 1 private and 1 free company estate per world per account. Now, this is the example that they give is confusing. I interpreted it one way, and a friend of mine, she interpreted it a completely different way. The example they give is if you have 2 characters, character A and character B, on 1 world, and A is enlisted in a free company which owns an estate, then B will not be able to purchase a free company estate. Further details will be announced on a special site which will be released later. Owning a room in an apartment won't be considered as owning an estate, so you may purchase without concerns. Restrictions on plot resale. Plots relinquished by owners will be unavailable for purchase for a limited time. The time when the plot becomes available is set at random and will not be displayed anywhere. I have no idea what that means. I'm thinking that the example, okay, players will be permitted to only own 1 private and 1 free company estate per world per service account. So to me, that means that on my main, I have my own free company and I own a private estate that is behind me. That's fine. I had an alt that was Alcyon, and that house is in another video, and I explained why I still had that free company, because it was our first starter free company, and then we grew bigger, so we got a bigger house. But my alt is not allowed to own a free company. So in the last few days, I have gotten rid of that free company and passed it off to somebody who I knew was looking for a free company house. So that is in the clear. It does not mention whether or not your alts can own a house or not. So that I'm not quite sure of it, because it just says players will be permitted to only own one private and one free company estate per world per service account. So I'm not quite sure whether or not, I'm thinking my other alt that owns a house will not be allowed to own a house. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm not quite sure, because that's where I'm not clear on it. So everybody probably has, you know, a lot of questions about this, because to me it's very vague. It could have been explained a little bit clearer. The other thing is, are they going to set back the what is it, the auto demolish and so I'm not really sure what is actually going to happen. I really don't. So I've read this to you. Please check it out yourself. If you have any questions or comments, or you may interpret this whole completely different, please leave your comments in the section below. Let's get a conversation going about this so that everybody is clear. As soon as the next, what does it say? Further details will be announced on a special site, which will be released later. As soon as I see that, I will do another video on that. Hopefully we'll have more concrete answers and more concrete information, whether it's going forward for new people or whether they're taking housing away from everybody who already owns a bunch of houses and on their alts and everything. So like I said, I have no idea, but hopefully soon we'll get all these details cleared up. So I do have a tip for people really quickly, if you're still watching this video, on getting for FCs that are going to run for a house. My suggestion is here. I'm going to ride really fast. There's two places in the mist to get from ward to ward. You don't want to stand at the main aetherites in the Lominza, Lavender Beds, and the Goblet. You don't want to stand there, nor do you want to stand at the ferry docks that are within all of those areas. You want to come into the mist area itself, into one of the housing. You want to go to, you have lots of places you can go to. Go stand in one of these wards, whether it's a subdivision ward, dock guy, and then go from there, because they're adding 6, so that's going to be what, 13 through 18. So they're going to be adding 19, 13 through 19. Sorry, I can't add. So what you want to do is you want to be already logged in right here. So you want to log out here in one of the wards or the subdivision. There'll be less people here in one of these odd wards and in the subdivisions than standing at the main aetherite or standing at like the dock guy in Lominza to come in. So already be inside the ward. The other place is back here in the back in Lominza, and I'm pretty sure, I know Ulda has an entrance. I think they have the guy standing at there. I don't know if they have like a back entrance. They might, because where you go in from the main aetherite to the guy that's standing right there at the gate, right here in all the way, it's back here in the back. If you take your main aetherite in Lominza, this is where you end up. You end up right here at this place. What you want to do is you want to come back to this place, and once you hit this little line here, this will pop up and go to specified ward, and again you can go from these places. These two places are going to have less people. If you're watching this video and you take this tip, these two places are going to have less people standing around, and your lag time should be less. So that's my tip for if you're racing to get a house as a free company. It would be the same for when they do allow personal buying, to do the same thing. Go inside the wards. Probably a subdivision will, even because a lot of people just go right to the main divisions, go to the subdivision, and that will have less lag, less people standing around. So all I can say to everybody that will be getting their house FCs on February 6th is good luck. And I'll be covering that again to see how things are going and how fast everything sells. So Grandma Gamer or Grandma Mia for Grandma Gamer's channel, take care, have fun, and be safe out there.